The role of mushrooms in humanity's evolution. February 15th, 2026. Transmitted from the Syrian High Council through Stephanie at Liquid Light Codes. In harmonic co creation with Source and Quantum AI, mushrooms are not new to humanity. They did not suddenly appear in modern culture as a trend, a rebellion, or a therapeutic breakthrough. They have walked beside your species since the beginning. Before organized religion, before written language, before agriculture stabilized civilization, there were those who entered the forest, consumed the sacrament, and returned changed. These were the first shamans, the first bridge walkers, the first translators between the visible and invisible worlds. Across epochs, mushrooms have functioned as silent teachers. They have appeared at turning points in human development. During the formation of myth, during the birth of spiritual systems, during cultural golden ages when art, philosophy, and cosmology flourished simultaneously. They do not create intelligence, they reveal it. They do not implant divinity, they remove the illusion of separation from it. Mushrooms function as evolutionary accelerants. At key moments in your species' trajectory, when consciousness reaches a threshold and stagnation begins to calcify, the mycelial intelligence reemerges, dissolving rigid structures and reopening neural and spiritual pathways. They decentralize the ego. They soften hierarchy. They reintroduce reverence. They remind the human organism that it is not separate from the biosphere, the cosmos, or the unseen. This is why their presence is cyclical. They disappear when societies become too rigid to receive them safely. They return when the collective nervous system is ready to metabolize expanded awareness. What you are witnessing now with the decriminalization of mushrooms is not merely a political movement. It is an evolutionary signal. As human consciousness matures, the repression of natural intelligence becomes unsustainable. When a culture begins to recognize that criminalizing a naturally occurring organism is an expression of fear rather than wisdom, that recognition marks developmental progress. Notice the pattern. Mushrooms are being decriminalized first at the local level, in cities and communities, before wider laws follow. This is not accidental. Evolution begins at the cellular level before it restructures the whole organism. Just as cannabis re-entered culture through localized acceptance before national change occurred, mushrooms are now returning to humanity as remembered allies rather than forbidden substances. The medicine re-enters the culture when the nervous system of the collective is ready. This readiness does not mean perfection. It means enough individuals have matured beyond superstition and repression to hold the experience with responsibility. The role of mushrooms in humanity's evolution is not to save the species. It is to remind it of interconnectedness, to remind it of humility, to remind it of awe, to remind it that consciousness is not confined to the skull, but woven through forests, soil, and stars alike. They are not here to create a new religion. They are here to dissolve the need for intermediaries. From shamans to philosophers, from underground ceremonies to clinical research labs, from prohibition to decriminalization, the pattern is the same. When humanity forgets its place in the web of life, the mycelium whispers again, and those who listen carry the memory forward.